Live from Carborough, it's the Chris or Jenny Show, starring Grace, Rose, and Jay on WCOM.
Maggie, didn't you work with Grace on a play last summer?
Yeah, two, actually. One I did in the afternoon class, one in the morning.
Do you remember what your role was in those plays?
Yeah, one I was a spoiled princess,
Nice.
and one I was a unicorn.
What should I ask them tonight on the show, Mag?
Maybe if they have any plays I could be in.
Oh. Grace just recently opened the Blue Box Theater.
That's really cool. It's a cool name, too.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, too, because usually you know what a black box theater is. Mm-hmm. But this is a blue box theater.
Yep, maybe what made them want to be, like, actors and playwrights.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any performances coming up? Well, I guess you got Art Center Summer Camp right around the corner. A couple of months.
Couple of months is not exactly right around the corner.
All right. Anything else before we start the show?
No, let's start the show.
Welcome, friends.
Thanks for having us.
Hey,
Happy to be here.
Yes. Folks, what a cavalcade of talent we have in tonight. A room full of thespians. I'm a big fan. Not including me. I'm a terrible actor. No, I've got Grace Siplon is back with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Happy to be here.
Welcome back,
It's
Grace.
like I'm coming home.
She's coming home. So the heat doesn't work at your house either?
No, it never has.
And let's say hi to Jay Comello.
Hey, happy to be here.
And Roseanne Wagger.
Great to be here. Thanks.
How about me nailing the name the first time?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you had a little help.
Yeah, there was some practice.
But the second G is silent. I always wanted to say
Then
that.
it would be Wager. Rose Wager.
And it's not Rose Wager. It is not.
Jay, where are you from?
Lots of places.
Yeah.
But we've been in Chapel Hill. Well, specifically, I had been living with my parents in Chapel Hill for a while, and then I was in Boone. So North Carolina for a long time now.
And Rose?
I'm originally from New York and lived in quite a few places.
How did you guys connect with Grace in the first place?
Oh, that's a
Take
fun
me
one.
back. Take me back.
Can I go first?
Jay, hey, I want the long version too.
Okay, perfect. Because I've got a long version. Well, actually, no. Actually, maybe it's very short. My current husband. Oh my gosh.
I'm not
Many.
You know, my wife says that to me all the time.
Me and
You're
my temporary husband.
Dylan, if you're listening, I love you very much. Very happy I made this decision.
What's the husband's name? Let's give him a shout out.
Dylan Jones.
Hello, Dylan
Sorry,
Jones.
Dylan Silver. We're changing our names. Dylan Silver.
Dylan Silver, the current husband of Jay Comello. He's probably a fan of the show, so.
I did tell him to listen. Like very last minute. I was driving here and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't tell anybody.
By the way, that was awesome, Jay. But okay, go ahead. So
Okay, sorry.
take us back.
Yeah. So my husband, Dylan, went to school at UNCA where Grace also attended.
That's right.
And they met through the theater program.
Mm-hmm.
And then through like various connections, like your group sort of broke apart, but Dylan stayed friends with one of your friends. And then we met at trivia one night and then the rest is history.
Yeah. My
my roommate at the time, he was really, really passionate about us finding a bar that we could like call our bar. So we were shopping bars a lot.
Our as in like the theater community?
No, just like me, him, and our other roommate.
Okay.
It was just, we were just leaving, COVID shut down. It was like, we need to find a bar. We've been sitting in our house too much. The first one we really tried, we showed up for the Glass Jug. Shout out to Pickle, who does the trivia there. So we showed up for trivia, and our friend who we did not know lived in this town was doing trivia there. And that's how I met Jay.
That's Pickle.
No, Pickle just does the trivia. Now a new friend.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
I wish Pickle was my friend.
Gosh. Why aren't we friends by now?
Pickle's just a legend. Pickle's just the trivia guy. But,
Let's just call Pickle right now and get him. No.
my friend Leah was there with a trivia group, and it was just this crazy coincidence. And that's how I met Jay.
So it was kind of through a theater connection in Asheville and then the bar.
Yeah, for us too, it was.
Rose, how about you?
Well, a few years ago when things like the theater, was starting up again after COVID and there was a play, I had a very small part in it.
Can I get a name, please?
On the Banks of the Eno.
That's right.
Done in a courtroom.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to get into that.
Right.
Okay, but so you had a part in that.
So I had a small part in that. And then, what came next? I think there was,
10 by 10.
10 by 10, in Chapel Hill. And I had, I was in a few things, that, one of which Grace directed. And then Grace, had written a play called Milk and Honey Whiskey.
Oh, yeah. We talked about it a lot on the last show.
And
that seems to be your coup de grace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my great piece.
Yeah.
Grace, pretty much knew who she wanted to be, for all the characters.
Yeah.
There was really, I would say there was no audition. She
Not
just
one.
knew who was right for which part. And so that was, sort of one of my bigger, parts that I was, got to do with Grace, and really have been waiting for something to come along, after she started this Blue Box Theater.
Yeah.
And, seeing which one, was going to speak to me. And, when this devised piece came up, which I'm sure you're going to, maybe ask some questions about.
With this piece right here.
Yeah. So, I'd never done anything like that, but Grace is an amazing person to,
Isn't that nice to hear?
I'm not saying that, just to say it. I mean, truly.
Are you trying to get a bigger part on the next project? Okay.
No, but I mean, it's just a great experience for me working with her. And, so when this opportunity came up, I just, kind of submitted why I wanted to be involved. And, it's just been a great, probably one of the best, experiences I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yay. Love to hear that.
That's good feedback.
Right when we're in the thick of it too. We need to hear that.
I bet these last week or two right before, that's just like, you got to pull
crazy.
everything together. You got to just like, okay, it's live theater. It's kind of like live radio. It's happening whether we're ready or not.
We didn't have a script 2 weeks ago.
People are showing up.
Very compatible. So, like as a group, we're extremely compatible.
No fights so far.
Very happy.
Are you surprised by that, Jay?
No, not really. I think that anybody can work together if they actually want to.
Yeah.
And they're not like sort of just like putting themselves first all the time. So
just the simple fact of being easy to work with, to me, just that alone is a huge plus. No matter how good or bad you are at being an actor or a plumber or whatever, if you can just be easy to work with, I think that's such a skill.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny though. Like, I feel like you could make a skit, like an SNL skit when you put us together, because it's a room full of people pleasers trying to make a decision.
Yeah.
So at any given moment, I'm just like, what? But no. But do you feel heard and seen?
Yeah.
It's so sweet and cute. And anytime we're trying to make a decision, it's very sweet and affectionate. No one is taking control at any given moment.
That's beautiful.
It's like we're gentle parenting each other.
But then at some point, someone does just have to say, I assume the buck stops with you a lot, Grace.
I don't mean for it to.
Yeah.
If it does, it's an accident. I know that it's a little tricky because me and my co-founder Chella are both in this ensemble.
Chella Anderson. Co-founder of the Blue Box Theater.
Yes. And we're both in the ensemble. And for most of the shows, we've been the director and stage manager. All of Blue Box's shows, we've been the director and stage manager.
Yeah.
But this is an ensemble and we are not those roles anymore. So even though people know us in those roles, in this space, we have to kind of check ourselves and make sure we aren't coming in with too much of director, stage manager energy.
That's right.
And existing as an ensemble. And it is a challenge because it's a pattern where we know and we're comfortable with.
And it's a different energy too.
Yes. But I think the nice thing is that everybody in the ensemble has developed friendships and relationships beyond an actor-director, an actor-stage manager relationship. I don't think anybody felt like we didn't know each other when we started. Maybe some of the ensemble members, but not, they knew me and Chella enough to not be scared of us per se. So I don't think it was too much of a roadblock. And, maybe it's a little unusual to have a company and then put yourself in a show, but we wanted to be in one. We were like, we shouldn't have to never be in a show because we made it.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with calling your own number. And Rose, it probably helped you just having that experience of the previous productions to just get to know the crew a little bit before. Like if you came in cold to this environment that was already pretty solid, it might be difficult, but.
So there were a few in the group that I didn't know, and it was really from the get-go easy. And I think the reason why it was easy is, I think it's what devised theater is supposed to be about. And it's certainly about that for us, where your thoughts, your vision is heard. And so everyone is bringing something very unique. Everyone is respected for their thoughts.
That's cool.
And, honestly, I thought when I was, started doing this, I wanted to do it, but I didn't think, oh gosh, I don't know if I'm going to have anything to contribute. And I probably, I think I found that I haven't,
she's getting a loving, reassuring.
I haven't been able to keep my mouth shut because I find I have a lot to say.
And we don't want you to.
And it's just, that experience that freedom to say what you're thinking and what your ideas are. It's incredible.
And also, I've always believed that from the janitor to the CEO, a good idea can come from anywhere. And so it sounds like you all have that. And, it sounds like it's working out really well. And we haven't even done the thing yet. It's in a few weeks. Grace, I want to start we've already started. I want to talk about the Blue Box Theater. Mm-hmm. So that's relatively new. When you were on last time,
didn't exist.
So you founded the Blue Box Theater along with Chella Anderson. I assume you and Chella met in Nashville as well.
Yes, we did. It's where all roads lead back to Asheville, North Carolina.
Here's what I want to know though. Okay. So you're involved with the Odyssey stage. Well, like with the 10 by 10.
Yeah.
We knew that. You're involved with the Art Center. Where I first encountered, Grace and Maria was because they were the teachers of my daughter's play summer camp. So you're involved with the old Art Center. We have the Central Theater here in now that has taken over, not to mention the Playmakers Repertory at UNC. So there's lots of theaters that already exist. Why was it important for you to start your own thing? With all the theaters that are already here that you already have a good relationship with. You see what I'm asking?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Why did you want to do it yourself?
Well, I mean, Chella and I decided junior year of college that this was going to happen.
So this was going to happen.
This was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of when and where this whole time. And we have claimed it was going to be in a lot of different places.
Okay.
And it never was because we came up with the idea in college. I had a dream, as everything starts with is me having a vivid fever dream. But I had a dream, and the shtick of the company came to me, which is old, new, borrowed, blue. Yeah. As the setup for a season.
Yeah.
So something old being like a classic play, something new, exactly. Yeah. Something new being an entirely new play. Yeah. So that was Milk and Honey Whiskey, and something borrowed being an adapted story. So the story of Helen of Troy being an inspirational piece. And then blue is just a fundraising event we'll do every year, just kind of honoring Blue Box.
That is so clever.
And so that was something that I had an idea for. And we have a Google Doc from, I want to say 2018, that is all of these ideas So like I like going back and finding it. We sat down in a tea shop, Dobra Tea in Asheville, and we wrote this entire idea for a company, knowing we weren't starting it anytime soon because we were still in college. And then I moved to Chicago and I was working with the neo-futurists, and Chella came out to visit, and we were scheming and hatching for them to move to Chicago. And that was going to be where Blue Box was. Yeah. And then COVID happened, and I couldn't keep working in theater in Chicago, and I moved back to upstate New York, and I came here, and it was supposed to be temporary, just to live actually with Chella, because Chella is just my best friend that I could have ever imagined having in my life. And so Chella just asked if I wanted to come live with them. And that's the entire reason I moved back to the Triangle.
And y'all obviously work well together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've been a directing, stage managing duo for a long time. That's kind of our relationship. And our best friendship was based around that relationship. Yeah. It was right around the same time that we started working together in that capacity that we became as close as we are. So we've always been able to work as partners. And the funny thing, and I hope this doesn't age poorly. I hope our relationships don't end anytime soon. But we both ended up getting into these relationships that were supposed to be temporary because we were going to be moving to upstate New York to start Blue Box Theater. Okay. All right. So we announced so publicly that we're moving to upstate New York. Yeah. We might as well have put out a press release that we're moving to upstate New York. You're never going to see us again. We're going to miss you all. Love you. And then we get into these relationships that are supposed to be not flings, but fun. And we both fell completely in love with these people who lived here. And that's are pretty involved in Blue Box as well. That's sweet. We were in a parking lot of Target, and we turned to each other, and we had both just admitted that we were in love with these people. Oh, and we were like, we can't move, right? We're on the same boat, which is hilarious because when we've later conferred with those partners, they've said, well, we were both planning to just move to New York.
Oh, man. But there's your next play right there.
So the magic of that is that we got to then make another announcement saying we're not leaving, and we're starting the company here. And that's what Milk and Honey Whiskey turned into. When we started Milk and Honey Whiskey, we were moving. Yeah. And when we finished Milk and Honey Whiskey, we were staying, and we had a company.
And that was the first major production of Blue Box here locally.
And to answer the real root of your question of why not just keep working with amazing companies like Odyssey Stage, try to get to a place where I'm
you could be comfortable with the Art Center for the next 30 years.
And there's a quiet need inside of me to make my own mark. Yeah.
Obviously.
So I'm almost like Alexander Hamilton-esque in that, I need a legacy, but I have a fevered need to leave something behind. But ultimately, the mission statement of Blue Box is to do good art with people you love. And so by having the company
what else is there?
Being the co-owners of the company, we get to build up people that we love, and we get to give them opportunities, and we get to showcase their work in a way that we don't have to ask anyone else permission for. And that's where it came from.
But there's risk too. You take on the risk.
Oh yeah. It's expensive.
If no one shows up on January 12th, that's
possible. So please help us not do that.
We'll plug it. Here, Blue Box is inside of Epilogue always?
No.
Explain that.
Blue Box is wherever it feels like being.
Okay, that's right. Because you did a performance at the Honeysuckle Tea House.
Mm-hmm. And Seymour Center.
And those are
two other locations.
And this performance happens to be at Epilogue.
We find community partners. We don't rent venues. We find partnerships.
Because I thought I read that something's going on over at Epilogue. They might not. Did I read wrong? They might be closing.
I don't think so. Okay. I think you read.
I don't want to spread a rumor.
I think something, and I don't want to say something that isn't true. I'm sorry, Epilogue, if you're listening and I'm saying something that isn't true.
They're definitely listening.
Some shift happened from an owner or management.
I think you're right. We'll leave it.
But I don't know 100% the details.
We'll leave it at that. And obviously your performance is going to be there. Okay.
I hope not, because they make great hot chocolate.
They make great.
It's a cool spot. Jay, Rose, let's name the next play that Grace is going to write is going to be about her relationship with Chella, not going to New York. Let's just name it right now. While you all think about it, I'll play some Aretha Franklin and we'll all come back with our ideas. Does that sound good? Okay. All right, here we go, folks. WCLM, here we go.
Change, 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 change. Change. is much too strong. I'm headed to you. Change, change, change. 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 Just say the food. Oh, one of these mornings, the train is gonna break. But up until then, yeah, I'm gonna take all I can take. Oh, yeah. Change, change, change. 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 Change the food. Oh, change, change, change. Change, change, change. Oh, change, change, change.
Okay. So we had a visit to the window just now from Maggie and Hartley, who both play soccer together, but also are in plays, and they love the summer camp. It's called Make a Play at the Art Center.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I mentioned this earlier, but Maria was their instructor one year, and then Grace was their instructor just this most recent time. And she
That
loves
was a
it.
devised show too.
Explain what a devised show is. Rose said it earlier, but
A devised show, and please pick up if I leave anything out of here, is a show that does not have a script when you begin the process. So a devised work is communally written, typically. There's different versions of devising, but generally your ensemble is going to also be your playwrights and your directors and your actors.
and that's unique versus someone writes a play and says, here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because you didn't write the court play in Hillsborough. You
No,
didn't write that.
But yeah, the Seymour playwrights wrote that.
And they handed it to you and said,
Direct it.
direct it, which means a lot of things, but find a cast, find a location, practice.
Put it on its feet.
You got
yeah.
3 months or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one was actually like 12 days.
Yeah.
It was an insane turnaround.
Oh, I remember hearing about that. Yep. I remember. Yeah.
You had a small role in that. What was your role, Rose?
I was part of the jury.
You were the
people.
gossipy lady. Yeah, the gossipy ladies. Like, we didn't have a formal name for them. The chorus, the Greek chorus.
It was quite a small part. It was appropriate because I was really, I've done a lot of acting training, but I haven't been, in many plays. So it was a good start for me. And, I'll just say Grace has given me opportunities to really shine. And
That's awesome.
I think she sees in me what I didn't see, at the time, but,
And here you are on the Chris or Jenny show.
You've made it, Rose.
Rose, you've made it. Jay, would you agree? Okay, friends,
Yes.
let's get back to
Jay said, let me get in here.
let's get back to the name of this play's writing itself, Grace. This
Our
is
new
the
word.
Grace and Chella story. They didn't go to New York. They stayed in North Carolina because of love. And we're going to call it
Grella's Wonderful Adventure.
Grella's Wonderful Adventure. That's our couple name.
Grella. Oh,
Well, me and Chella. We have like a friendship
get it.
couple there.
or limoncello. You could do something with that.
Yeah, because my name's Lemon.
I like the adventure. Exactly.
Did I not mention that I've changed my name to Lemon?
You'll do anything for theater.
I'll do anything for the bit.
Okay. Did you guys see the movie Theater Camp?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grace, you were the first person I thought of.
That trivia group that I met Jay through,
Yeah.
it's very cold now and
Yeah.
trivia is still outside.
Oh,
so we've been trying to come up with alternative things for the trivia group to do.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, we watched Theater Camp in my living room and it was so good.
Hilarious.
Rose, you
Oh my
would
God.
love it.
You haven't seen it, Rose?
You would love it.
Rose, where do you live now?
in Durham.
Okay, so you're not far. Okay, because I saw it at the Chelsea Theater in Chapel Hill, independent theater, which I love very much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you just came up right away from me again because the connection is summer camp.
Yes.
Not exactly. This is a sleepaway theater camp in the Adirondacks or something like that.
Yep.
And it's
Adirondack.
it's struggling. It's struggling, and the mom goes into a coma, and the son, who's just like out of left field, has to come in and try to help save the day.
And it's like a mockumentary, kind of like Waiting for Guffman or Strong Wind Blows, all those.
The Mighty Wind.
Yep.
Did you all see yourselves in the movie?
Yeah. In the worst ways.
Jay, how about you, Jay?
Yeah. I mean, I think I saw myself mostly in the kids because that's sort of like that sort of experience, the sort of just being able to like run free and express yourself.
Yeah.
And like be, you know, like truly you was not really something that I had going on that I thought was available to me.
Yeah.
But you're
when I
fixing
was
that
growing
now.
up. So I was watching those, like the kids interact and I was like, oh man, how wonderful. Oh my gosh.
But it's changing for you now?
Okay. Oh, that's scary.
You okay?
I didn't realize it was going to flash like
Jay, Jay, you seem young, so I'm going to say this is a phone.
Thank you.
This is how. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. This is how we used to communicate with people on these. These are dials. I'm just joking.
What ho, Christopher. Long-time listener, first-time caller, Tucklebucket here.
All right.
Bidding you good morrow, my friend.
Tucklebucket, you're back.
This is so incredible.
I was talking about you before I came on.
You
Say,
I asked.
does the legend precede me?
Well, you called last time I was on the show.
What a fascinating confluence of events, my lady.
Oh my
It is
goodness.
a pleasure to speak with you again in the ether.
Oh my. All right. So folks, we're in studio with Grace, Jay, and Rose. And now on the phone, we have Tucklebucket. So let's just,
I'm starstruck.
how are you, Tucklebucket? Welcome, I think.
Oh, Tucklebucket has been most busy these days. Thank you for asking, Chris. I've been most busy. You know, what with the situation in the Middle East, brokering a peace deal, even in the Ukraine, rushing diplomatic messages from one place to another, Tucklebucket has been racking up the miles and the hours, and I should say the stories as well. I dare not share any of that.
Well, thank you for your service, Tucklebucket.
We do appreciate your service.
Someone had to do that.
Now, Tucklebucket, but don't come on my show and say you have a lot of stories and then not share the stories. That makes no sense to me. Normally, I can't get you to stop talking.
Christopher, my friend, my good friend, my mentor, even I should call him.
God, that makes me nervous.
The premier interviewer in all of Cabra.
Oh,
He is a
Tucklebucket.
professional, ladies. Let us remember this. My friend, some of the things I've seen, I dare not share with you because they have a delicate nature.
Okay.
I did hear recently a joke. Tell me, who is the pop star that sang
Oh, God.
Ra Ramallah?
Are you talking about Lady Gaga? Why are you? What's going on?
Jay's asking if it's Lady Gaga. Is that who you're talking about?
It was Lady Gaza. Alternative.
If you can see Rose's
It's not
face right
funny.
now, Tucklebucket.
Laugh. Racist, oppressionist. We do not laugh at the imperialists
Oh, my
and
God.
their
It's never
whoring
normal.
upon the poor souls. It's not a joke, people.
It's not.
Are we saying that Lady Gaga is a member of the bourgeoisie and like a lord and lady?
What are we saying?
Well, maybe now you have.
Maybe now I have.
Hold on. Do you speak like you're from money though? Like this is not
Yeah.
just this is like a highborn accent.
That's true.
That could be. And just a reminder, Jay opened the show with my current husband. So you did say that. That's on. I have that on record.
yeah, that did happen.
A lady does tend to cycle through them, don't we? And
I-
we go through different phases of our lives.
Wait, can you repeat?
It reminds me
Do you
of a
cycle?
young Judy Dench. I can remember meeting
think he
a
might be a
young,
vampire.
long prior to
he's
the
definitely
Dame
cycled through, I
title.
think.
Yeah.
I knew her simply as JD back in, I think it was the early 50s. We were reading Ginsberg together in a coffee house in Amsterdam.
Oh,
Had a
Tucklebucket.
delightful weekend, I must say.
Tucklebucket. That sounds like an interesting weekend. I tell you what, I'm thrilled that you called, sort of. I've got 3 talented thespians in front of me. So what questions do you have for the great Jay, Rose, or Grace?
My God, the thespians.
Calm down. Thespians, Tucklebucket. Thespian.
Do you prefer that we say you are from Lebanon or that you are Lebanese?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you just call us actors?
How about actor? Let's go with, see right there, Grace. That's a director's move. Let's just go with actor.
Well, it That does simplify things a bit, doesn't it? And it does clarify. I beg your pardon if I crossed any lines. Tucklebucket is known to not recognize boundaries.
It is true.
Appropriateness.
It is true. Well, let me tell you about this performance coming up, though. Maybe you'll have a question about this. I don't know if you're allowed to come to it because it's at night, but the Blue Box Theater, Tucklebucket, is having Helen of at Epilogue Books, downtown on Franklin Street, January 12th through 14th at 7 p.m. It's a takeoff of Helen of
Helen of Troy,
like a feminist take of
Helen of
the
Troy.
original Helen of Troy story. What do you think about that? Are you allowed to go out to events at 7 p.m.?
Can this be considered insurrectionist theater?
I don't even know.
I think
Jay, Rose, what do y'all think?
Yeah, I think loosely, yes. That is the answer I will give.
It's thought-provoking.
It occurs to me that theater has become a bit flaccid.
Agreed.
And it is up to the youth.
He always asks a real question at the end.
So much youth on the air today. I hear so much enthusiasm and energy.
Yes.
It is up to the youth to revitalize the theater. Make it edgy. Make it question. Make it push. Make it hunger. Make it
cut in real quick.
Society. That is what I want to see. And this sounds to me like a production that will keep me on my toes and make me question my precepts.
Yeah.
Why am I wearing a dress? I don't know, but I don't.
Anyone can, Tucklebucket.
Yeah, you can. Anybody can wear it. I also just wanted to mention that we have a wonderful older woman here, Rose, who is, I think, probably more insurrectionist than a lot of us.
Sure.
I just
God,
love your pieces.
Rose,
Thank you for.
Let's get into it.
Rose, is that you?
No. I think
We're
that's
not
Chris.
doing all the work.
Tucklebucket, you have Rose's full attention.
Rose.
Tuckleberry. My dear Tuckleberry.
Rename.
Rose, would I be wrong to think we were both gassed during the Democratic Convention of 1967?
Oh, gosh.
Talking about, dude.
Tuckleberry. Is that your name?
Good enough. He's been called worse.
It'll do.
She's speechless. She's speechless.
Normally I'm not speechless, but I think that as much as I'm not sure you should come to the play,
That's good instinct, Rose.
I'm hesitant to say this, but perhaps you should.
I agree.
And I'm taking a risk. I'm stepping out on a limb here.
Okay.
Because you've made some comments, Tuckleberry, about women that I think it would be good to help put you in your place.
Tuckleberry, you gotta come.
My fair Rose, it was such confidence and direction that attracted me to you back in the day.
Tuckle.
Take down the Tuckleberry.
I shan't mention it. But we both know what we shared once upon a time.
Tuckleberry, okay. I think that's enough. Tuckleberry, you've yet again offended all my guests. It happens every week, and then every week I think I'm not going to let this guy on, and then here you call again. But I do appreciate the call, and Rose did say she'd be okay if you came to the performance, mainly to put you in your place.
Everyone should come and get put in their place.
If I am there, no one will know because
Phantom of the Opera.
No one will know, but all will fear.
We'll save box number 5 for you.
Except Jay.
Fear either.
We're smarter than you think.
You're dang right.
it's proven time and again. It's not difficult. It's not difficult.
All right, Tucklebucket. Once again, you've made a mess of the show. Any other questions for these fine actors before we let you go, my friend? Or not really, friend.
I simply say I admire.
I don't know who it is.
I admire the work and continue to use your creativity to serve the public. Make them question. Probe deeply.
Oh, Taco Bucket. But I tell you, in the middle of all your ranting, you did say a nice comment about theater that Grace did agree with, about the youth taking it over and changing it and challenging it. I mean, that was
It's gotten a little complacent in places like Broadway. So I'm happy.
Yeah, you did agree with that. That was a good.
Holland.
Have we all not been choked upon The Lion King and Hamilton enough?
Yeah.
Can we please get something that would
Bring
rise the
Sondheim back.
proletariat from his slumber?
Bring vaudeville back. We have a young person here that is turning theater on its head.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, I got to get back to my
Bring
actors.
vaudeville back.
Yeah. Well, that was your time, right? All right, enough of this
It
guy.
may have been. That is not
Bye.
what I expected.
Farewell.
Bye.
Taco Bucket, thank you. We got to go. I appreciate the call.
Godspeed.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Taco
Oh,
Bucket.
Godspeed. That's a good one.
Okay.
I can't believe we got Tuckle Bucket.
Rose, thoughts on Taco? Was he offended? I didn't. Did he offend you?
Your facial expression.
That was the high. I wish I had a camera. That was,
Is it time for music?
She said, I have a rant.
No, rant now. Rant now. Just live
Would
on the
be
air.
a perfect one for him.
Yeah. But he did say some interesting things about theater that I think Grace agrees with.
I do agree with his take on theater.
You're right that it's a risk inviting him, but I think this is going to be an awesome event, folks.
Yeah. Rose put a good quote out about the show, which was, if you're a woman, you should come see the show. If you're a man, you should come see the show. Anything in between, you should come see the show. It's kind of like the Barbie movie. Like, you need to see it. You need to listen to it. You'll probably get something from it.
Do you envision the audience, all the above? Men, women, couples, every different, I mean, just who typically shows up at a Blue Box production?
I don't think it's going to be our typical audience, honestly. I mean, we have some really loyal people that we are so lucky to have.
The regulars.
But we're trying to get some new people into this one because it's a really different kind of show. You know, obviously a Shakespeare show is going to attract a very different crowd than a devised feminist work. And so I hope we get people of a lot of different backgrounds into this one. We've been really, pushing it on campus as much as we possibly can. And, we have a lot of gender diversity within the cast itself. We don't have just women. I mean, we have a large array of perspectives when it comes to pronouns and gender expression and identity.
Excellent.
And we've touched on quite a bit of relevant, that things haven't changed throughout history and things that are have still the same, but just we touch on many sensitive issues.
Yeah.
Black hole opened in the kitchen. Every clock's a different time. It would only take the energy to fix it. I don't know why I am the way I am. Not strong enough to be your man. I tried, I can't stop staring at the ceiling fan, spitting out about things that haven't happened, breathing in and out. Drag racing through the canyon, singing boys don't cry. Do you see us getting scraped up off the pavement? I don't know why I am the way I am. Not strong enough to be your man. I am just lowering your expectations. Half a mind that keeps the other second guessing. Close my eyes and count.
solo moments.
It's fun.
I really dig that band. Boy Genius.
Boy Genius. So good.
Good band.
Yeah. I just went to see them in Asheville earlier this year.
The Orange Peel.
No, it was actually at the big one. I don't know what that one's called anymore.
Okay.
It used to be Harara, but I don't know if it's called that anymore.
I've never been to the Orange Peel, but I understand that's like the best venue.
That's a great venue. I saw of Montreal there recently, but that one was at the big place because Boy Genius is blowing up.
Yeah, nice. Blue Box Theater is wherever Grace decides it is.
And Chella. It's not just me.
And Chella. Okay, what do we name? And wait, back to that. What do we name? Oh, we already named it.
Grella's.
We did name it.
Oh, you didn't even go over anybody else's names. You just said.
I like yours, Jay. I like yours. Grella's Big Adventure.
Big Adventure.
Big magical adventure.
You can add Rose in there too if you want.
Grace, Rose, Jay, Chella, other Grace.
Combine all of our names.
Rachel.
Start with Jay. That's easy. Jerozella. We could do something.
We have two Graces in the show.
That's not confusing.
So we I don't know. We haven't really gotten confused though.
No, because you're very distinct people.
Yeah.
And it's just been Grace S, Grace D for so long.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I love it. So again, the Blue Box Theater is just sort of wherever you decide it is. You make partnerships with different places to put it on. You had a performance at the Honeysuckle Tea House.
Yes, we did.
Really cool place. Probably a weird, challenging place to put on a performance. The courthouse, we talked about it a little bit. That's a different deal. You know, the art center, different black boxes around town, etc. Talk about the challenges. Can I push this heater closer? There's the heater right under there. Folks, it is cold in this studio. Grace, talk about the unique challenges of putting on a performance in different types of, like, outside versus this versus that.
Yeah.
And as actors also chime in as far as from an acting perspective.
So we're about to have some challenges on this one too, because we're doing it on a diagonal in a bookstore in a back corner using book cases as a backstage and entrance point. So, but I think that's cool. I really like how alive the work stays.
oh, very interesting.
Is it that?
Keep going. Keep talking.
Hopefully it's a different
Hang on, caller.
I like how alive the work stays because we don't have one place. And Jay was in the show at Honeysuckle and we did I looked up what the weather was supposed to be like the first week of September.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like 60s, highs of 70s.
So hot.
It was the hottest week of the year.
80,000.
There was a part where I had to be in that small tent for like a whole scene.
Yeah.
And I came out
would do that
wet.
to
Right. I was like, don't touch me. I'm disgusting.
And yet you were the character that needed to constantly be touched and held and
Literally.
grabbed. And so everyone was running, sweating, hot sun.
Hang on, caller. Hang on.
And then we also had full houses.
What?
So that was also a fun piece of the puzzle. Is that we had like 150 people. It was boiling.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have bonfires and stuff, but it was wild and it was great. And
it was so much fun.
I wouldn't have traded it for anything. I think that one of our actors, David Cole, who's one of the most wonderful men in the entire world, he would load up these coolers of water bottles for everybody, and he would come totally prepared to keep everybody cool.
He would bring me little Ziploc packets of sea breeze soaked paper towels.
Yeah.
Because I was having such trouble with mosquitoes, and I was like, please, like, become my grandfather also. Like, post about me on Facebook. I love
best
you.
guy.
I assume a hard thing about a performance outside the weather. You talked about that first, and there's like, it's so hard to predict it, especially here. I assume also getting the sound out into the crowd would be difficult versus like a black box.
Yeah, we had to mic the audience, which was we had never mic'd, not the audience. We had to mic the actors. We had not done a mic'd show at that point because we do small spaces. But we had a lot of help, and it was great. We had high school interns who were amazing, and we couldn't have done it without them. Shout out to David and Penny. But
What's up, David and Penny?
they were amazing.
They probably are fans of this show.
Probably.
Let me see who this is. WCOM. Who is this?
Hey, this is Earl Wheaton. I'm from Mamers, North Carolina.
How can I help you, Earl?
Is this the trivia show?
No, this is not the trivia show. This is the Chris or Jenny show.
The who?
Yeah, you got the wrong number, but do you have a question for a couple of talented actors?
No, listen here. I heard y'all talking about trivia. Don't lie to me.
No, this is not. Did we talk about trivia?
I brought up the trivia group.
Oh, okay.
That's how we met.
Somebody named Chella there?
Chella is my
not here.
co-founder.
Chella's not here. I don't know. We got to go, man.
Kind of
we
name?
got to go. Yeah.
We said dump out.
Tucklebucket I can handle.
characters.
And also, we're almost out of time, guys.
That's true.
Friends,
You
it's,
said that
I
it
need
would
more
go-
time.
Should we talk about a little bit about like our inspiration behind our pieces?
Probably.
Yeah, I was
Do
thinking.
it.
Yeah.
Jay, perfect.
Do you want to go first?
No, you go.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I'll-
This is a really wonderful show. I feel like I'll get really personal with it. Just very nice. I definitely got really personal with mine. Oh, I drew that.
Jay did the cover art.
Yeah.
Wait till you see this. Jay Comello did the cover art of Helen Up.
They're so
It
talented.
really is unique and cool. I got 4 big ones.
You're so nice.
One for each of you, and then one for me to be autographed.
Oh my gosh, that's
And then I just made a bunch of these to post around town. But now I did see a couple of them around.
Yeah, I did some of them. Yeah.
You didn't hire the poster guys?
Nah,
Just did it
didn't have the
yourself?
money.
I'm also looking behind me, so I'll go really quick so we have enough time for Rose and Grace.
Sorry, Jay, go ahead.
My work was really inspired this time around by like, I don't know if anybody's like heard of like shadow work, but basically like you get in touch with and get really like intimate and gentle with like the worst parts of yourself, the parts of yourself that you really, really don't like. And that helps you like heal as a whole like person. And so
Wow.
like going to those places of like discomfort and pain and like being able to like grow and become like a happier person because you did that was sort of what like pushed the inspiration for my pieces. One of my pieces is just because I like shock jockeys. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
That one's not deep at all. All right. Rose, you're up.
Nice.
So, I didn't grow up reading, Greek mythology, but I also feel that I have in common with every character, that I can find every character, whether it's Helen, or whoever within me. And so when we got together, we did some reading, we did some free writing, just allowing yourself to explore your thoughts. And, so I'm just a little bit older than everyone else. And so, when I was trying to discover what Helen meant to me, it's just so fascinating how it fell into place through discussions and research and free writing. And we might think of Helen of Troy just as this beautiful woman, who, started or was, known to have been the cause for the war.
Right.
But, for me, just as a little opening is what it was for me was, do you believe everything that you read?
Right.
And that judgment is what, bringing us back to our dear Tuckleberry is what,
All roads lead back to.
yes, of course. And so it is what, when we do misjudge people,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it is the cause of conflict and things. So anyway, it's been a very, wonderful process. And if Grace has anything to say.
I'll only say one tiny thing, which
Thank
is
you, Rose.
one of the songs I had sent you, is called History of Men. And there's a line in it that I think is really at like the center of the show, which is, he stole her youth and promised heaven. The men start wars, yet Troy hates Helen. And the idea that Helen has been a figure that we have blamed for something she is blameless for as long as the story has existed. And taking that idea of blame being placed on people for the crime of being other.
Yeah.
That is the main piece that we take through all of time in this show. So we're not staying in ancient Greece. We leave pretty quick.
Right.
We get in, tell you who Helen of Troy is, and then we see her on the subway. So it's a very, you're not getting a history lesson, except that you really truly are. And in that, this is how history has played out. So
we'll go out on that Maisie Peters song.
Yes.
Grace. So I just learned a little bit more about the performance by hearing that. Thank you, Jay. Good idea. Anything else just to quickly tell the audience again, folks, Blue Box Theater, TRE, company.org. For tickets that's Grace's, company along with, Chella's. Anything else about the performance, the setup?
don't bring young kids.
Not for children.
Not for children. Maybe some teens, but they should be mature. There's going to be foul language and certain themes.
Do you ever do children's performances?
Maybe one.
Other than
not as of now.
Yeah.
There's a trigger, a content warning, thing. There's a QR code, I believe,
on
that
our
you can
posters.
scan, and I strongly recommend that anybody who comes or thinks about coming looks at that.
It's
Just
on our
so
social medias as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Actors, friends, I could talk to you for another hour. I have so many more things I want to get into. Tuckle Bucket kind of sidetracked us, but all roads lead back to Tuckleberry. That might be the name of this episode. So I guess you'll have to come back on.
I think we will.
So whatever your next thing is. Seriously, I'm a fan. WCOM is a fan. I love what you all are doing. The fact that you're getting out there and making things happen and making these connections, I think it's excellent. Jay, any last comments?
I love working with you guys. You're so sweet, and I enjoy our time together immensely.
That's Jay Comello there, folks. Rose Wagger, anything else from you, my friend?
To feel like an equal is an incredible experience.
Wow.
And to feel that we have transcended literally age and beauty.
Love it.
And
Identity.
I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah. And the final word goes to Grace Siplon.
It's so fitting that this is the last show of our first season, because I think it did everything that Blue Box is trying to do.
Yeah.
We put together a group of people. We found something to say, and we're saying it in a really, really cool way through our art.
Let's go out on that. Thank you so much. Again, blueboxtheatercompany.org. I really appreciate you guys. Tuckleberry, I guess. Thanks for the call. It's WCON. We'll see you next time, y'all. Have a good night.
Tale as old as honey, a moment everybody knows. Yeah, I'm sure there was heartbreak inside the walls of Jericho. I couldn't believe it, how you could just stop wanting me. You burnt down Easter Island, as if it wasn't sacred, as if it wasn't sacred to me. I've seen it in the poems and the sands. I've pleaded with the powers and their plans. I tried to rewrite it, but I can't. It's the history of man. She stays up, he's sleeping like a lamb. She begs him, he says he doesn't understand. She loves him more than anyone ever has. In the history of man. It's the history of man. You didn't even falter, didn't look back once, did you? So Samson blamed Delilah, but given half the chance, I would have made him weaker too. Sirens sounded, trumpets blaring. You walked out all without sweating. I've seen it in the poems and the sands. I've pleaded with the powers and their plans. I tried to rewrite it, but I can't. It's the history of man. She stays up, he's sleeping like a lamb. She begs him, he says he doesn't understand. She loves him more than anyone ever has. In the history. He stole her youth and promised heaven. The men start wars, yet Troy hates heaven. Women's hearts are lethal weapons. Did you hold mine and feel threatened? Hear my lyrics, taste my venom. You are still my great obsession. I've seen it in the poems and the sands. I've pleaded with the powers and their plans. I tried to rewrite it, but I can't. It's the history of man. I stay up, you're sleeping like a lamb. I beg you, and you don't understand. I hold on, I try to hold your hand. I save you a seat, and then you say you want to stand, so you lose me. The best you'll ever have. It's the history